change the direction of flow
to where and where?
to the outside part.
Yeah, to outside. To which side of the outside?
Shortest span.
Now they have lost.
You don't see.
No, I'm seeing. They're saying the shorter span. Which one is the shorter span?
Okay, I would create something like this. I'm already giving this the shortest span. Am I not? They mean shortest span in terms of roof construction, but longest span in terms of how long your gutter will be. So I hope that makes sense. Shortest span is this distance. Okay? This 4.9. And then the longest span of where your gutter is pouring into is this. That's what they mean. You get? Because that means the iron sheets are flowing in that direction. How high is an iron sheet? 3 meters?
High.
A meter or 3? Is it 3? Long. Okay, long. How long is an iron sheet? Not wide. It's wide by 1. And it's 3. So if I am putting here 3 across, that means I'm only going to cut another one more to give me the extra 1.9. Because this distance is 5, let's say 5 meters. I have already put one iron sheet across the other side. So I am going to just cut an extra of another one. There I am getting into cheaper costs of, while if I was using this, you see this, I'm going like this. You see how difficult this is? Here I have a 3, I add another 3, how much distance is this? 9. I have put 3, I have cut another one of 500, then in this distance I am also adding another one. Like you're cutting too much and that is going to cause irregularities, and it doesn't mean that whoever is doing this work is even perfect, even if they are not perfect. Even if they are perfect, at the end of the day, first of all, it's very expensive and it will cause drainage issues at some point. There will be some places that will be leaking. You've overcut, you've cut in this corner, you've cut in the other corner, you reach here, you've cut again. But here, how much cutting are you doing? Basically just for. See that? You've kept your uniformity. So that is how you should design your roof, keeping those aspects in mind. So, let me change this roof, but you will edit your own roof. Let me work on this roof. If you follow my roof, just know you're wrong. Pay attention. If you follow my roof, you're wrong. So, now we have our roof. This is what I'm seeing from the top. Then I have different things I'm able to see here. I have different slabs that I am seeing. But these slabs are actually all on different levels. Then I have this. What's this thing called? What were you told the last time? What were you told the last time? Gazebo. What was the difference between the gazebo and the pergola?
The pergola gets its support from the wall. But the gazebo is a standalone.
So if you had extensions down here, that means that is supporting this. So it ceases to be a pergola.
The whole thing becomes a pergola.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. So this is the pergola. So you have to give me the details of this as well. Yes.
On the roof.
Yes, on the roof details. Because you're going to have to show me using an arrow what all these are. You're going to go here, okay? Okay, let's start with the first things first. Assuming these are not there, allow me to first delete them. Select all instances, visible in view, delete them. So my different angles have different things. So this is my roof. Let's say I had it in hidden line. This is how I have it in hidden line. Okay? So I proceed to give the annotations. The annotations are like the floor, the spot elevations, okay? So I need to know the slope angle of this roof, because if you give a person, even if it has its pattern here, keep in mind you play with these patterns on your graphics under your, see here no pattern has been assigned, some patterns are under black. So it's also dependent on you, how do you want to see it. Do you want those patterns very prominent, you're using black, or you want them visible but not too much to crowd your work, then you can use gray. Yes? So this is for our foreground. Let me look for a roof-like pattern. Your roof-like pattern should not be the same as your stonework pattern, your brick or block pattern, or your block pattern, okay? So this is not what I used for the other. This is what I'm going to use. Let me make it a little bit darker. You see that? So those are too close together. To me, those are close together. For you, if you feel like that's okay, you leave it. If not, you edit still, the same way I showed earlier. You go back to the edit, back to the material, back to this pattern itself, and then get this pencil, and then change it. The spacing is 1.5. That's too small for me. Let me make it 2.5, and I'll see how that will work out. I think that's better. To me, that's better. Okay? Then, come to this annotate. Now we are giving the slope angles. Come to annotate. Okay? We have spot elevation and spot slope. This gives me the angle to anything that has any slope. It will give it to me, not just the roof. So come here, and I start placing on all the roofs I have on my structure. For it will just tell you where it's going. You see, on a flat surface, it will tell you no slope. This is determined the roof slope that you gave initially. So yours is going to come without this value. So you click on one of the slopes and edit it, and this is where you're going to change the units from. Change the primary units over here. There's this units format. Change it, click it. Yours may have come in fractional inches or rise in millimeters, something like that. This is how it actually comes. This is how the default will come, like that. So you click it, edit it, go to the units, these primary units, click on that, drop down and change it to degrees, and then give a symbol. You see this unit symbol? Drop down the degrees there, apply. So now it's telling you exactly. Not everyone knows how to read those fractional inches. Who has time to do that math? Give them the degrees as they are. Okay? So, like I said, all these slabs that I'm seeing here are at different elevations. So, this is where you use the spot elevation. Okay? Click on that. You click here, move, and then click. Here you basically click around 3 times. Okay? You can see this slab is at 6 meters above ground floor. This one is at the same height, above ground floor. This is at the same height, above ground floor. Keep in mind you're going to do this on elevations as well. These spot angles. Then this one is at 5.8. And then this one is at 8.7, where the tanks are sitting. Every important slab that you want to give there. You want to give the pergola as well, you can give it. My pergola is at 10 meters, 100 off of ground floor. You good up to there? Now you start giving the notes. You come to this text, still here under annotate. Okay? Click on this text. You can use this one. This one comes without an arrow, but for detailing purposes, we use the ones with an arrow. There's even an arrow that breaks off or bends. It's up to you. So I'm going to use this, for instance. Click on it. Now I want to talk about this roof. Drag, move, there. Okay? Did that confuse anyone? And
Yes.
then you write your notes. It confused you?
Yes.
Click and click. Okay, and then you be specific and say in capital letters that these are roof details, roof construction details or roof construction, whatever you want. And then you start giving me the details.
This is wall.
This is what? Galvanized, pre-painted, whatever it is that you want to talk about. Those mawati is not pre-painted. Okay, the roofs of long ago, what were they? They weren't painted. What were they? Not mategula. This roof that was silver. What was it called?
Corrugated.
Corrugated.
Mabati.
Yes, it's mawati, but in English, what is it called? You don't know. Yeah? Iron sheets. Which type of iron sheets? Even the painted ones are iron sheets. So there is corrugated, there is a galvanized. You do your details. Go to roofing sites and find out those details. Okay? For them, they'll give you the gauges, the sizes, the what. And if you actually can't physically go there to find out what it actually looks like, don't just see on media and you don't understand it. But if you can see it in person and know what it is, then you're good. That's it. Then give me the details. Tell me the roof pitch 5 degrees, roof pitch at 5 degrees, maybe pouring into concrete gutter. If you want to tell me about the concrete gutter in this, that's okay. Then I am done with this 5-degree pitch. We're going to go into the other one to look at more of those details. I'm done with that. Now I want to use this one maybe. This one gives me a straight arrow. This one gives me a bending arrow. So this I can move and that. See that? Then the other one gives me an arc. So this I will talk about concrete gutter details. Even the spelling has become a problem. And you tell me about the concrete gutter. How thick is it? Is there proofing in it? What kind of proofing are you using? Is it pouring water into any floor, any down flow pipes? You get? Then I am done with that. This is a different slab. I'll talk about this slab. I talk about its thickness. This one, because it's having water, it also has waterproofing. So you talk about what waterproofing you're using there. Okay? Are you feeling it yet?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Means I'm doing a good job. Huh? For the concrete slab? The pressure, you must feel it. You're feeling hungry. You can't feel hungry when you're on pressure. It's impossible. This is another concrete slab. Now this one will have separate details from this other one. Because this one is going to be waterproof, because it's having, this could be the same material but you're not waterproofing it. This one could be having a bit of a slope angle pouring into a flow pipe, a down pipe. Okay? And then if you have two of these, since I have two of these, I have this, I have this, I have this. Now I can bring arrows to this. Let me just add an arrow. There it is, and then add another arrow. I have two. So I just take this arrow to where the other slab is. See, I have one there. Drag this closer to there. Change this. Let it have an angle. Let it be decent. Don't do things fly. See that? Then this is another slab over here. Make it decent. For it, you can move it. Why is it not in a 90-degree angle? I want a bit of decency. Something like that. You see that? You're giving your notes. Now, pergola notes. How do you intend to construct that pergola? How do they construct pergolas, first of all? Site people. They fix them in the wall using what? What kind of support is there?
Some screws.
They screw. Okay. It depends on what pergola you're putting. pergola? You know you can do a concrete pergola, right? How do you do it?
They come in before the finishing of that.
Beams are extruded out of the structure to be the framework to support it. Then you can do steel. You know you can do steel. Then you can do wood. How do you do those ones? Lulu, last time we had things hanging on the wall. How were they working? This is where detailing will come in. Because on this level, you will have to explain to me how you're doing it. Are you screwing it? Are you nailing it? What are you doing? These days, they don't just hit TV walls like you just hit far. You see, when they are drilling, they first put some rubber to hold the nail, if you've ever witnessed that process.
Wall plugs.
Wall plugs. What is the purpose of that?
To hold the screw when it's drilled in the wall.
Couldn't the wall hold the screw itself?
It cannot.
It can. You get a drill and drill into the wall, it can.
Drill
But
for-
over time, it's gonna cause cracking. So that is holding the tension within just one place. So when you're putting your things, you're going to have to explain to me how is it working. That's what makes you an architect and an engineer at once. You're not just designing and letting people suffer. You can actually explain how your design is working. So if you've done the science of that, maybe even us, we've never seen that thing before, you want to explain, but it works and it's out there, then you explain. Okay? Maybe before you're coming up with a new thing. Who knew about screws and wall plugs and what? It's after discovery that people found out this works, this doesn't. Concrete nails, the difference with concrete nails and what's the other nail called? You know concrete nails?
Yes.
Okay. Concrete nails are silver.
They are meant to. They are
Real
used for
concrete.
concrete.
Yes. You know nail sizes at least. Faith, you know nail sizes? You don't know. So if you want to put a wall hanging, how do you put it? Adhesive glue, concrete nail, you're going to screw into people's wall. So you have to actually find out those little. If you will know how to put wall art on a wall without damaging your client's or your landlord's wall, then you'll know how to do a big wall, or putting my pergola, or things like that. Are we there? That's the purpose of detailing. So no one asks you those questions to torture you. It's just that, yes, your thing is beautiful, but does it work? That's the purpose of detailing. So you have to give me those pergola details. Extended beams, what beams did you use? You used T12? Did you use Y? What did you use? If you want to tell me you used steel, and for you, for this pergola, you used sections. What sections are you using? And people don't know sections. Okay, metal frame or steel frame. Their sizes, their thicknesses, you find all that out. So go to those construction sites, look for those materials. So I've mentioned two that you can look at. Look for sections. There's T section, there's I section, there's circular section, there are the rectangular sections. You can look for them. Those are basically just steel bars. Those section names are just to scare you, but those are just steel bars. Hollow steel bars. So they are basically hollow sections. So rectangular hollow sections, circular hollow sections, T sections. Do your research and find out what materials are there and how best you can use them. So, I have done this detailing of the roof. That is after you had already put your concrete gutter. Do you know at what level you put your concrete gutter? No. Okay.
What's the thickness of the concrete gutter?
Around 100 millimeters.
Okay, how about
You
the
mean
width?
the width?
How about the width?
The width depends on the span of the roof pouring water into it. But we usually start with a minimum of 500.
Millimeter.
Yes. That's half a meter.
How about 250?
Isn't 250 small? It depends on how small, that's why I say it depends on what span or how much water is pouring into that. Okay? So let's look at that a bit. Let me just get a different project because this one is going to weigh me down right now and I'm hungry. Even me, I get hungry. So my level 1, there I have my wall. This is an example. This is 8. I don't want them at 8. I want them at 4. So my level 1, I have this. My level 2, I have my roof. So let me do my roof here. Let's say I want to have, is my roof. Someone was putting for me a 400 millimeter thick roof. Now that is thicker than bricks. New invention. How can a 400 wall support a 200 wall support a what?
The roof is hollow.
It's hollow, so what material did you use to come up with that roof?
Sections.
Please look for what a hollow section is before you throw the word around. So, I have my roof there. Let's say I want to make this hidden, okay? I have this pouring here. I have this pouring on this side, but I can't create two roofs at the same time, so let me change the footprint of this. This is giving me 5 degrees, and I don't want these slopes. No, it's this one that I don't want. This I want. And slope at 5. So I have this. Okay? I have this structure here. Let me add the second roof. Just copy this. Well, 9-inch, just mirror it. So now I have that. Okay? So I need a parapet wall there as well, in the middle there. So I'm going to do a wall parapet on level 2. I'm going to use a little parapet wall. Let me make it run there, all around. So this roof has hidden my wall. Edit footprint such that this is moving along the wall. Nowhere else. Check that. Then I have this other roof. Edit. Check this. So now I have this. Most people, your roofs are stopping at this. You're pouring into the wall. I know you guys, your roofs are pouring into the wall. So this is low. Let me make this higher. Why should your roof pour into the wall? How does that work?
We were still learning.
You are still learning. Okay. Now at this point is where I'm going to do my parapet. Sorry, my concrete gutter over there. So as I said, I want it to be, can use a detail line. I want it to be 500 wide. Actually, this roof span is so big. Let me make this a meter, because this roof span is big, as you can see. This roof span is quite big. So here a meter, this side a meter. I'm using detail lines, I've not yet done anything special. So that means I am editing this roof to come back to this line, because this is where my concrete gutter is going to sit. So I use a floor or a roof, whatever you're comfortable with, to model a concrete gutter. So just edit, rename this to concrete gutter. I said I'm going to use 100 millimeters. Okay. Then I give it category, let me use concrete. Let me see what concrete I have here. Use this. 100, apply, okay. So now I'm going to just put it in this space. Same applies to here. Check. But mind you, it's seated exactly on roof level. You see that?
Yeah.
So roof level. So even if I recede this roof a bit, the roof is still going to be pouring water into the house. Therefore, we need another wall seated on. Draining the gutter. Yes, we need another wall there. Okay. So now let me edit this to make this simpler. Let me go back to roof level, edit. Remember I said I want it here. Use the align tool. Those people who still don't know the tools, we told you, we made this with you. You just drag. Yeah, just drag. Don't stress yourself. Don't know align, just pick that thing and you move it. And you chill and you're done. So, you see that? So if I cut a section through this, you'll actually see that it is cutting through. I mean, it is pouring. This is where you'll use the section tool from. This is a section tool, okay? Just pick this, draw, go across. So the direction is facing. If I click on it, the direction it's facing is basically, you see the head? That means it's facing this side of the building. If I change it, it will be facing this side of the building. So at this point, it doesn't matter what I'm trying to show. If I had stairs here and I wanted to show their section, I put it there. So this is just what I want to see. Come to sections, open this. You see this?
Yeah.
See how it's seated just exactly at the tip of that? That is not okay. Okay? So how low do I want my what is it called? Okay,
Concrete
yes,
gutter.
that depth, that drop down depth. Because while it is 500 high, I need a bit of slope depth. So how low do I want it? Is it 200 low?
According to that band, maybe 350, 400.
350 drop down. Are people understanding what the drop down is? Huh?
No, they
Like a cliff. Huh? Because water. Daisy, are you with me or I lost you somewhere? Is what? Okay. So there's that drop down, eh? Where is my marker? So while this is my roof.
This is what?
Yes, this is wall. It's exactly on roof level. I'm dropping it down to minus 400. Okay? So I've given it that depth. So you're seeing that now?
Yeah.
So now here, back on roof level, I can still do the construction of that. So I go back to roof level and I do another wall. On line with the roof edge. So this wall is definitely going to be minus, where is it? See, it's definitely going to be minus what?
400.
Minus 400. Sorry. Minus 500. Remember the extra thickness of this? I don't want these things disturbing me. Why are they disturbing me?
Like that.
Let's move it there. There, okay? Here it's telling me it's this, but I want it at best offset is minus 500. Have you understood why minus 500?
Yeah.
Or drag like normal people. Don't stress yourself. And then I want it at height of 400. Sorry, 500, yes. 500 minus 500 such that it flashes off at the bottom of this concrete, okay? And then this is where it sits. So this is it. So of course the normal way, attached to base. Okay? So this is now what we are working with. Now you have done this detail. You see this? You've done clean work now. Now this is the right way to go.
So now how does the water get out of that place?
That is now what we were saying. That you can have flow out pipes out of the walls, like out of the parapet here. Okay? You can have it vertically, you can have it horizontally, you can have this gutter, this concrete extending on the exterior such that it's pouring into pipes down direct. You get? Yes. Another one. Here.
Yes.
So, like Jonathan was asking, that wall and the slab are supported by the timber in the ceiling.
Yes, plus this wall as well. Remember this wall is going all around?
Plus that wall.
Yes. You do realize that this wall alone is strong enough to hold 100 millimeters, that is just 1 meter excess, without any other support? That is why the thickness also matters. It's like asking how is a cantilever supported? You know a cantilever? Yes, how is it supported?
The weight of that cantilever is spread over the what? Let's say the slab, which is also the other side.
Okay, you do your homework, then you come and tell me for you what you found out. Chocolate. Okay. Do homework and come and tell me for you what you found out. Because there are different ways it can be done. You can reinforce it, you might leave it. It all depends on the span of the house.
But idea, it can even be cantilever. It's a very short span.
It's a very short span. This meter is a very short span. And if I have already my ceiling below here, let's first see where this ceiling level will be placed. My wall is at 4. Ceiling, we go to ground floor. We place an automatic one. Okay, ground floor one. Let's see where it has put the ceiling. It has put it at 2.6. That is on basis that my wall is at like 3 meters. Let me move this a bit. 3.2.
Automatic filling.
Keep in mind below the ceiling, there is also going to be pallets and rafters work. And slabbing and supporting. So it can support. This is a very small span. But like I said, do homework, you will come and tell me. Maybe you found a new one that us Ugandans we don't know. And we also learn. maybe white people do a different thing. So have you understood up to there? That is how you do that roof gutter. Such that the day we tell you now we are going to sections. I think tomorrow you'll handle sections with Mr. Alpha. You go into sections, then when you cut through, you know how exactly all this works. Even when you're telling me about your roof, you're going to know exactly how it's working. You know the depth of that drawdown, you know how many flow pipes you have, you know all that. You know how much water this roof is collecting after getting its area, you know all that. So, I think I'm done for today. Unless you have a question. Yes?